Hi book fanatics, welcome to Books and Biographies 101. My name is Mishak Mahai, aka The Bookworm, and I'm back with another video. First thing first guys, I just want to thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate that. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe to this channel now, because in this channel I'll be giving you real food for thought. And don't forget to hit that post notification bell so that you get informed whenever I post and probably be the first person to see my videos. Anyway, let's get to today's in-depth review, which is on a book called The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas J. Stanley and William D. Danko. So this is a very interesting book and it has a very compelling and unique title. So basically the title says you don't have to go overboard searching for a millionaire, because a millionaire might be found in your near proximity. Like your neighbor might be a millionaire, and we never know because we have some special qualities that we expect millionaires to possess. Like for example, to wear expensive clothes, to wear expensive wristwatches, to drive fancy cars, and to have fancy homes, which is not always the truth. So basically this book is teaching us about two different people. So to make it simple, I'll refer to them as this guy, who's nice looking guy, who looks like a classic man. I'll call him a classic guy or a classic man. And also this guy, I'll call him an ordinary guy, because he looks too ordinary to an extent that when the receptionist lady see him coming looking for a manager, they'll be like, "Sir, can you please wait there for 5 minutes? I'll call the manager after 5 minutes because he's still busy now." And when the lady sees this guy, the classic guy, coming for the manager, be like, "I'll make sure the manager is here for you in a minute." All because Mr. Classic looks respectable and wealthy in nature, whereas Mr. Ordinary looks like he's near broke or probably broke. So to make matters worse, let's make a simple background check of these two guys. So Mr. Classic is wearing a 10,000 Rand worth of outfit, whereas Mr. Ordinary is wearing a 1,000 Rand worth of outfit. Mr. Classic is owning a Rolls Royce, a brand new Rolls Royce. Mr. Ordinary is owning a pre-owned Chevrolet pickup truck. Mr. Classic has this wonderful mansion, and Mr. Ordinary is owning a middle-class ordinary house. Mr. Classic has this very impressive AP diamond wristwatch. Mr. Ordinary has this Casio wristwatch. Mr. Classic is always featured and found on medias and internet. Mr. Ordinary, it's like he's low-key unknown. And the most important and funny part is that both these guys, they work similar kind of a job and they earn similar amount of annual income. So the question is, who's likely to be a millionaire between those two guys? Who's likely to have R1,000,000 in their bank account? So Mr. Classic's life is very impressive and everyone would wish to live that kind of a life, but we don't pay attention to that. Mr. Classic bought his suit on credit. He bought his watch on credit. His car is leased. His mansion is mortgaged. And he basically lives beyond his means and he has nothing under his ownership title. Whereas Mr. Ordinary here, he owns everything that he has and his bank account allows him to brag, but he doesn't. So Mr. Classic is referred to as an under-accumulator of wealth, and Mr. Ordinary is referred to as a prodigious accumulator of wealth. Now let me explain these two things. An under-accumulator of wealth is someone who spends almost all his income and has little or no savings, which puts them at a level whereby they are below their net worth. And a prodigious accumulator of wealth is someone who puts more focus on saving and investing and also on financial independence, which puts them at a level which is twice their expected net worth. So from this, the results of this research that was done for 20 years in this book is that most first generation millionaires or self-generated millionaires are more likely to be like Mr. Ordinary. And most non-millionaires who earn a lot of income are more likely to be like Mr. Classic. So it matters how you set your standard to people, and it determines whether you become wealthy or you look wealthy. So there's a big difference there, becoming wealthy or looking wealthy. So if you set your standard high, you will strive by all means to maintain your standard or your status. And it is mostly due to your egotism, and it will cost you a lot. In my community, for example, if you look wealthy, you are expected to contribute more in everything that needs contribution and even beyond that. So if you set your standard to a frugal life, whereby every penny matters to you, people will tend to ignore you and even leave you to live your life freely so. And most, they don't even notice your wealth. So Thomas and William, after 20 years of study and interview of wealthy people, they figured that there are about 7 common denominators among people who generate or develop wealth. The first one is they live below their means. So wealthy people tend to live below their means or become very frugal and pay attention to every penny they spend. The second thing is that they allocate their time, energy, and money in ways conducive to building wealth. So they spend a lot of time making monthly budgets, annual budgets, and even investment strategies. The third one is that they believe that financial independence is more important than high social status. So they get excited in keeping their money rather than being praised by their community. So this reminds me of the story of this guy called Mr. Allen in this book, who denied to be gifted a Rolls Royce, saying it will change his standard of living. Who does that? Anyway, let's move to the fourth one, which is they don't receive any kind of economic outpatient care from their parents. So economic outpatient care is a situation whereby parents buy a house or pay for living expenses or even give stipends to their adult children who are expected to live on their own. So basically, economic outpatient care, it's spoiling your adult children with the aim of helping them. The fifth one is that their adult children are economically self-sufficient. So a lot of wealthy people, they train or they groom their children at the younger age to be financially independent and also disciplined, so that when they grow up, they can live on their own and also generate wealth on their own. The sixth one is that they are proficient in targeting market opportunities. So wealthy people pay a lot of attention in what's happening in the market, and they take advantage of the opportunities in the market. The seventh and the last one is that they chose the occupation they love. Because it is unlikely to find a person who's like more profitable in the occupation that they don't love. You are most profitable in the occupation that you love. So that's why in a lot of cases we find that a lot of wealthy people are entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs tend to do what they love and they pay much more attention, give a lot of effort and also time into doing that thing. That's why they become more wealthy as compared to employees who just work for the sake of getting money. So the overall philosophy of this book revolves on this question: do you prefer to look wealthy or to be wealthy? Comment down below what you think about this question, or what you prefer. Do you prefer to look wealthy or to be wealthy? So if you enjoyed today's review, hit that thumbs up. Share the video with your friends and family to bring some light into their lives. And also subscribe if you're not yet subscribed to this channel. And before I forget, I've also put the link for the PDF version of this book below in the description so that you can download the book if you're interested in reading the book. And other than that, I'll see you in the next video coming next week. Peace out.